Welcome back to episode number 6 of the Montreal Canadiens Franchise Rebuild. Last episode, we made a big mistake, okay? I'll admit it. I thought I signed Kirby Dach. I did not end up signing Kirby Dach, so we lost him. He was an RFA as well, free to the free agency. We tried bringing him back, couldn't get him back, but it's okay. It's okay. We're just going to move on and pretend like it never happened. So RIP to Kirby Dach. But I got Tate Anderson, the man, the myth, the legend, the absolute best assistant GM of this franchise mode so far. Told me to take a look at my scouts because they probably got fired. And I don't know if they got rehired. So let's take a look at them quickly. So we do have all the scouts. I think they were just scouting some random areas. So let's go take a look. We got pro. So essentially we should change all of these to not pro to amateur, right? Can we go amateur? Scout group. Yeah, scout group. Yeah, sure. Because I don't really want him scouting the Belleville Senators or anything along those lines. I'd rather all just amateur scouts, to be honest. So can I change this region? Let me take a look at this. Maybe send some to Europe. Why not? 12 forwards, 18 forwards. Yeah, well, let's go look at 18 forwards. Why not? Go take a look at that. We got the amateur. So I'll change all of these to actually be scouting the proper area. North America, 5 scouts. No, we want to go to, let's go to the CHL this time. OHL, Q. We need defensemen. So I'm going to go to the OHL here. Done. CHL scout. Sorry, wrong one. So we got OHL there. I probably should have sent this guy to a better, can I change this? Yeah. Fine prospects, yeah. All of them fine prospects. Just fine prospects, duration, entire season. Tell me what you can do. Here, fine prospects as well. So I'll go through this really quickly. Quality, any, entire season. Boom. Amateur, he's already doing that. I'm going to change this guy. So I got the OHL, WHL. Let's go and take a look at the CHL again. And this time we're going to go to the Q. Confirm. Boom. Entire season for you as well, pal. Fine prospects. And entire season. Boom. Now they should be actually doing something. Pro. Don't want any pros, unfortunately. I guess that's if you have Fog of War on that. That's very useful. But I'm going to go North America again, CHL. And we're going to double check the last area, which was the WHL. 5 hours of travel. Just get it done, please. Find prospects, scout specific players. I'm going to go find prospects here. Again, we're going the entire season. I know I could have put them as early first round, second round, defenseman, etc. But I don't really, it's not that serious. It's okay. Let's go rest of the world here. What do we have for rest of the, okay, there's nothing. So maybe let's go Russia. Okay, Russia, there's a fair amount. Let's send them over to Russia, scout the entire league there as well. Scouts traveling, find prospects. So this time the draft should be a little bit better. So I probably should have done this a little bit earlier in the season or in the franchise mode, but it's okay. And there's a couple others that I'll go through and do it, but I'll do it off camera. I'll do the last one, Mr. Pan. Let's go over and change you from a pro scout to, we're going to send you to the Nordic. What do we got here? Oh, okay, yeah, there's actually decent potential there. 56 players in the SHL, and we're going to send him for fine prospects for the entire season as well, and I'll do the rest later. But let's continue going through our team here, and we'll take a quick, we're still listed as sellers, which is a really hard thing to get off, is one thing I learned in NHL. So let's go take a look at the contracts and what we're going to have to deal with this upcoming season. So Nicolin is going to actually be requiring a contract this year. So if I can get this deal done early, I think it would be very beneficial. So we have about $20 million in cap space. Dunham also is going to need a contract. I would sign Dunham first. Okay, so Dunham's going to be, he's going to be expensive. Dunham's definitely going to be the pricier one. So if we can get him 4 years at $9 million, I think that'll be good if he accepts that contract right there. And who else? So we're down to about $11 million. We got to bring in Nuklin. go through anyone else. So most of our other players are actually all good to go. So I'm going to try bringing in Nuklin as well. And this contract's not as bad. I'm going to give him 5 years at $5.8 million, 5.7720. See if we can get him on that deal right there. And then goaltenders, we have Wolf and we have Shesterkin. Shesterkin, we can probably get rid of. The morale is absolutely killing him right now. He is not looking too good. And I don't mind getting rid of that $9 million contract. Since we tested it out, it clearly didn't work. Our first game is against the Winnipeg Jets here. None of the contracts have been accepted. But let's go take a look at our lines and see what we're looking at, what we're working with, my apologies, in year number, I think this is 5 at this point. Slavkovsky, again, he's been the story of this franchise mode. His potential started from medium elite, is now at high elite. He was not an X factor. Now he has a couple of different traits: crease crasher, bounce back, and big tipper. Obviously not the best ones, but in front of the net, he looks like he's going to become an absolute weapon. We got Nick Suzuki up to a 91, Caulfield 91. So technically with the morale, we're looking at 95, 95, and 92 overall. Dunham, Gavin, and Street are youngins. Look at 20, 20, and 20 years old. So 6 years old combined. Not too bad there. Missar is also not terrible potential. Farrell, his morale's killing him right here is basically what it is. So how can we fix this? I have no concerns. We need to get the morale up because the 76 isn't going to work. Owen Beck could realistically fill that spot right now. Heenanen. So I know we taught a big thing that was also mentioned is rushing players into the NHL. I agree. I may have rushed a couple players like Heenanen and probably Owen Beck, who's listed as a depth defender, but still an 81 overall. I mean, he's basically our best player at this point, so we kind of have to put him in there. Defensively, Reinbacher, who has been really good for us. Top 4 is me playing with Sergei Nuklin. Sam Girard is on the squad now. And then we have Chernak. And then Tristan McGrath, who maybe we don't rush him. Maybe we keep him in the minors. You know what? I'm going to try keeping him in the minors. I think that the comments are right. We don't want to be rushing these players that are high 70 overall. So maybe I'll put our first round selection from last year back into the minors here. So let's go take a look at defensemen and see if we actually have the capabilities of doing this. So defensemen, so yeah, we can definitely bring Gooley up. So we'll bring Gooley up. We'll bring McGrath back down. Boom. And we're going to bring, actually I want to edit these lines. And I'm going to bring Gooley up into the NHL now. I think that I'm going to try doing that. McGrath can play next, or McGrath, or whatever his name is. He can play next year in the NHL. We'll get Gooley in here now. So Gooley can play on that defensive pairing. And plus, Gooley's not a bad player. 25, top 4. He probably is going to get upset about the ice time. But, I mean, there's nothing really you can do about that. But I think this team's pretty good. Goaltenders, we obviously have Shesterkin. We need to get him going because his morale is terrible. We're never going to be able to offload that contract if... Oh, we got a couple coaches yesterday. Yeah, we're never going to be able to offload this contract if we can't work out something with getting his morale back up, especially at $9 million a season. But in game number 1, we got the Winnipeg Jets coming to Montreal. Let's see if we can start off the season on a hot note. I know we've had a couple of struggles, but we could turn the season around. We can turn this franchise mode around. We can turn this Montreal Canadiens into Stanley Cup champions. First period, and 1-0 as Gabe Velarde scores the first goal of the season on Shesterkin. That's okay. Second period, 2-2. Niederreiter scores a power play, but our youngins, Jordan, Gavin, and Cole Caulfield get goals. Those are 2 players that we're really looking to continue growing, so that's huge. We're outshooting them. We're outshooting the Jets 26-14, heading into the third period here. Come on, Montreal. Pull out the win here. We got to work on this morale. Don't let one more in. Shesterkin, lock it down. Superstar X Factor. You got over a 900 save percentage. I don't mean to blow it and put all the pressure on you, but Dunham scores a huge goal on Hellebuck as the offense of the top 6 is buzzing right now. Can we get one more? And we're going to win that one 3-2. So a good game by Igor Shesterkin. Dunham puts up a goal. Let's take a look at the rest of the roster here. The Montreal Canadiens came to play. everyone getting in on the action. I love to see that. Reinbach with a point, Chernak with a point, Gerard. All of our defensemen really had a good game. Caulfield, Slavkovsky, Gavin, Street, Dunham. I believe this is Street. Is this his first career NHL game? Parith, Nuklin, +5, 5 shots on goal. So he likes to shoot a lot. Suzuki didn't score, but was a +1 for 24 minutes on the ice. Love to see that as well. But Shesterkin, that's huge. We got to keep that up. Keep shutting the door because your morale is probably the most important things. So Nuklinen is going to return, and same with Dunham. So that's massive. But why are we getting... What's going on here? Our morale's still going down. We're playing the Columbus Blue Jackets who are 2-0. But maybe let's go take a look at our trade block. Trading block. And if I remove these players, it actually should increase. Oh yeah, so Shesterkin, we definitely want to get him off. Make him happy. There we go. Take them off the trade block. So anything to help with Shesterkin's trade value is definitely something I want to do. We're playing the Columbus Blue Jackets. Our first game on the road here. The Columbus Blue Jackets are 0-2. We are 1-0. One team's 0 has got to go, and it's not going to be ours. First period, 3-2. Okay, Wolves gets a start in game number 2, but we get a goal from Joshua and Eric Robertson. So our third and fourth line get in on the scoring. Gaudreau, Dumais, and Marchenko get goals for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Second period, 1 goal apiece. Suzuki scores his first of the season, and Ryan McLeod gets one for the Columbus Blue Jackets as we head into the third period, down by a goal for the first time this season. Power play, and we give up a short-handed goal. That's not good, but Caulfield comes right back and scores and makes it a 1-goal game, and Marchenko gets the hat trick. Come on. This guy killed us. I don't even know who Marchenko is. But it looks like we're going to fall Dustin or Derek or D. Wolf. He scores his 4th of the game. Okay, so Marchenko just had an unbelievable game again. So that's 4 goals. And I got to go take a look at who this Marchenko guy is. I got to know. I got to know who this Marchenko guy is. So let's go take a look quickly. Caulfield with a goal, or 2 goals, or a goal and assist in that game. Let's go take a look at view lines. And the Columbus Blue Jackets. I feel like I've heard his name before, but I don't know what his overall would even be. Columbus Blue Jackets, and he is a 90 overall. Okay, so he's developed very nicely. I do know who he is in real life. I've seen his name, but I've never seen him play. But my God, and he's on an unbelievable deal. I wonder if that has anything to do with morale as well, but he is listed as a top 6 forward, 90 overall, 4 goals against us. That's a good team. I don't know how they were 0-3. This right here is a good team. Kent Johnson, 89 overall now. He's going to be a stud and a problem to deal with. But that's because we had Wolf in the net. Give me a game against the Ottawa Senators, a divisional rival in Ottawa. Give me Shesterkin in the cage here. Don't mess around. First period. Let's get this simulation going. Get back on the hot streak. We cannot be losing games this early in the season. First period, 2-1 for the Ottawa Senators. Street scores for us again. Ruzicka and Blankenberg score on Wolf. So Wolf starting again. So I'm going to just simulate this and make sure we lose that game as well. But I want to get Shesterkin in the net here. If we're going to pay someone $9 million, I want him playing most of the games. So let's go take a look at our goaltender and see if it has been changed. Goalies. Yeah, it looks like Wolf starting again. I don't want Wolf starting. I want Shesterkin starting, and that's non-negotiable. Which Shesterkin in the cage? We've been playing well. Let's go. We're 1-2 now. 2 straight losses. Had a tough last game against the Ottawa Senators, but we're going to bounce back in an all-Canadian matchup back on home ice versus the Calgary Flames. I know we're doing a lot of slow simulation here, but it's more fun that way. First period, 2-0. Nick Suzuki gets 2 goals on John Gibson, who's made his way to the Calgary Flames. Second period, Suzuki with another 2 goals as Suzuki has 4 goals. The second 4 goals of this simulation. Dylan Dubé breaks the shutout, but Suzuki is a man on a mission this game. Can he make it 5 as we are up 4-1 over the Calgary Flames? And this is why you gotta have Shesterkin in the net. He's got bad morale right now. Power play, Suzuki. Can you get another one? It's a long one. Oh, my 5-on-3, 5-on-4. We just had like an 8-minute power play. Couldn't break through. But Nick Suzuki, the star of the show there, 4 goals. Shesterkin with a 961. Caulfield 2 assists to go on top of it. But that's a huge game from Nick Suzuki. And after that, we got another matchup against a divisional rival, a city not too far from Montreal, the Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Montreal Canadiens. We're slow simming this one as well. First period, 3-2, and it's Wolf and net again. Why is Wolf and net? Dunham, Bertuzzi, Pedersen, Street again, Domi, 4-2. Okay, I think I got an idea. Tarsov's in net for them. I think there might be goalie auto rotation on, so let me turn that off. Settings. Because it is clear that with Shesterkin in the cage, we are obviously much better than with Wolf in the net. So let me take a look and see if this is going to be a setting. Continue going through. Auto rotate goalie off. We don't want that. It probably isn't a bad idea, but for the first couple months of the season, I want Shesterkin to get that trade value back up, just in case we do need to move him at the end of this year if we're having a tough year. And then that way, he'll be playing, we'll get his morale up, and then if we need to move him, we can move him, and then we can start Wolf. Wolf has not looked too good, if I'm being honest here, but I want to get Wolf out of the cage, and Shesterkin, who is 2-0. Remember, Shesterkin is playing really good so far, and we're playing his former team, so we have to, I know we slow sim 5 games in a row, but we're making it number 6 here. Let's go. The Rangers versus the Canadiens in Madison Square Garden, the most famous arena. First period, 2-1 as Kako scores 2, and Nukelin scores his first goal after his big contract extension. Shots are 17-14 after 1, which is insane. Second period, 3-3. Joshua and Juraj Slafkovsky gets a goal for the Montreal Canadiens, and Vinny Trocheck scores on his former teammate as we head to the third period, and Nukelin scores his second of the game, and a power play cannot capitalize. Lots of shots for both teams. Another power play, penalty kill. This game's got a little bit of everything. It's a long one. Power play again. Oh my God. The special teams is just, 2 minutes left. We take a penalty, but we can kill it off as Shesterkin has another great game as we win this one 3-2 as Nukelin has an amazing game. 2 goals and a helper. And there you go. Sergei Nukelin helping with morale. Gouli not too happy with his ice time. Oh, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Okay, let's simulate about a month and a half. Get Shesterkin some time in the cage, and we're gonna pick up right against the New York Rangers once again, and we'll see how we can play against them in the mid-season as we are 3-3-2 at this point. 4-3. Just keep winning. We got to win all the Atlantic games. If we lose in the West, it's okay, but those are 2 massive wins against Eastern Conference teams. Columbus, let's get the revenge on them. There we go. Ottawa's a must-win game. They're 6-11. We'll take that win. We're just cleaning up in the East right now, which is what I love to see. As I say that, we fall to the Tampa Bay Lightning. 2 in a row there. Let's end it. Perfect. A shootout win. We've been good in the extra time and shootouts this year. San Jose, it's okay. We can lose in the West as long as we come back and beat Washington and Boston. Oh, and Buffalo. We got to beat Buffalo as well. 8-1 loss to, wow, big trade here. I don't want Hurdle. Buffalo, it's a big game. We fall 6-4. So about 14-12-2, which puts us at 5th in our division. 3 points out of a playoff spot. Not too bad. We're in an okay spot. 28 games in. We have 2 games in hand on the Detroit Red Wings. The New York Rangers are a team that we're going to be fighting for in the playoffs. They have 31 points. So this is actually a very important game. Let's slow sim it. As Shesterkin, you got to take out your former team once again. This time you're going to be doing it on home ice, not in the Madison Square Garden. First period, 2-1. Shesterkin gives up 2, but Street again with another big goal. Trouba and Zucker, second period, 3-3. Zibanejad scores, but Slafkovsky and Cole Caulfield get 2 massive goals to even this back up at 3. As I said, it's early, but it's still very crucial, these games, as another 2 goals come through for the good guys. Owen Beck and Cole Caulfield. Adam Fox answers back right away as we again have a 1-goal lead, and these two teams cannot be separated by anything more than that, as Keandre Miller ties the game up at 5-5, shots 34-32, but Sam Girard scores what could be the game-winning goal. Street ends it, and the Montreal Canadiens take it 7-5 with 4 goals in the third period. Street with 4 points. I think Sam Street. Caulfield with 3, Owen Beck with 2, and let's go take a look at the rest of the Montreal Canadiens stats. Love to see this. Multi-point games for Slavkovsky, Beck, Caulfield, Dunham, and Street. Woo! Everyone on the team almost getting a point. Reinbacher, 22, -1, but that's okay. It's okay. And I feel good about having Gouli up here and our prospect down into the minors. I think that call by my boy Tate was the best thing that we could have done, but let's go take a look and see how our team is playing so far. Caulfield, which seems like every year, is leading our team in scoring once again. 30 points in 29 games played. And it looks like we are 15, 12, and 2. So 1 point out of a playoff spot as of right now. In the entire league, where do we stack up? I think we're going to be about 16th. No, not 16th. The Montreal Canadiens 18th. So this is by far one of our best years. We are scoring more goals, not keeping the puck out of the net as well. The power play isn't looking great. Penalty kills looking really good. On the road haven't been good. Our last 10, 4, 6, and 0. So definitely kind of slipping a little bit here, but I think we're gonna be okay. We got Suzuki and Caulfield. Oh, Caulfield's leading. I read it as Suzuki. That's my bad. Caulfield's finally leading the league in scoring, or leading our team in scoring. Suzuki, Slavkovsky. So that first line is actually getting pretty badly pounded. -10, -12, -7. Street, who's been really good. Shane Street, not Sam Street. I'm so sorry. Street's been really good for us as he is developing to be quite the player. 83 overall. I would rather have him on the first line instead of Slavkovsky, but he's listed as a third line, so I don't want to rush him too much. Heinonen. Okay, I believe we had him on the 4th line. He's playing really well here. Dunham, 18 points. Gavin, 18 points. So we need a sniper on that line. It looks like it's going to be Street. Dunham is a two-way forward. Gavin is a playmaker. 85. Farrell up to a 77. His morale's getting a little bit better, but not too much. Nicolin, who scored 2 goals in 1 game, has 1 goal for the rest of the season there. As we have Reinbacher, 7 assists. So our plus-minus isn't looking that good, but I want to take a look at our goaltenders here. Shesterkin, 15, 9, and 2. Wolf has not been good. So I think sitting Wolf, I mean, he's probably going to get upset with us, but Shesterkin, definitely, we need him. Yeah, he's already back up to an 84 overall. His morale's getting just a little bit better, not by much, but he's getting there. He's getting there. His individual performance, hopefully we can continue growing that, as he's not playing too bad right now. 1 assist, also throw it on there. But let's go take a look at the entire league, and then we're going to get the simulation done. So I don't care about goaltenders. Let's go entire league. Skaters. Jack Hughes, 50 points, 94 overall. Kucherov, Piton, Lance Piton. That's the franchise player that we lost out in year number 2, I believe, or even year number 1 off season. Tough. Jasper Bratt having a great year. Hagel for the Tampa Bay Lightning has a bunch of X factors now. He's 46 points. Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Erik Karlsson, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Aiden Pouchot, who I don't know too much about, but was drafted 8th overall, so we probably could have drafted him. Timo Meier has made his way, obviously, to the Devils in the offseason a couple of years ago. Brock Besser coming off a 4-goal performance in the real world in the NHL. 41 points. Matt Tkachuk. A lot of players over a point per game here. I'm trying to just see if there's... Oh, yeah, look, there he is. Marchenko. You're welcome for allowing you to score 4 goals on us. But let's go to the trade deadline here. Let's go to the trade deadline. Slow sim here. To the trade deadline. I will see you at the trade deadline. Hopefully, we're looking good. Here we are at the trade deadline. I'm not going to make any moves. I just want to see who's available. Dylan Strome, JT Miller, Troy Terry, Bertuzzi, Canes, don't know too much about him. Pulak, Max Domi, Claude Giroux at 40 years old, Tristan Jarry. I'm not making any changes. You guys got to see how the Montreal Canadiens have been playing ever since we picked up. We are now 37, 20, and 2, I believe it said. Big trade there for Pelech. But since going to that slow simulation, let's go I believe it was somewhere around this point here. Against the Devils, we lost. Then we went on a nice streak. 1, 2, 3. We lost one. Where was it? No. Am I blind? Oh, maybe it was this month. Yeah, it was this month. We had I would say we were 15-4. It was absolutely insane. But that's all in the past now. We're here. We're 37, 21-3. We have a legitimate chance of making the Stanley Cup playoffs this year. What is working with the team? Who's leading the way? Cole Caulfield, 80 points in 61 games. He is taken over at a 93 overall now. Slafkovsky over a point per game. Suzuki over a point per game by a landslide. This first line is all now positive. Back then, we were looking at switching up the lines. But look at this now. Second line's producing 40 points each. Beck has 38. Heenan still has 38. Farrell, his morale hasn't really gone up. But the team is firing on all cylinders now. Caulfield, he's taken his game to another level. And if we go into the league standings, he might be in the top 10 now. Kucherov's at 90. Okay. But here he is, Cole Caulfield. Number, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7? 7th in the league in scoring for Cole Caulfield. 10 points back. Look at Leon Draisaitl, though. Plus 45. And right behind it is going to be Captain, where is he? Captain Nick Suzuki. So 2 players in the top 15, top 12-ish now. I don't want to mess with this simulation. I'm just going to keep letting it ride, as the Montreal Canadiens have looked absolutely incredible. And we're setting ourselves up for failure, but let's go to this point of the season. This stretch is going to be the most important. Just win games, keep winning. Ryan O'Reilly. Don't want him. No, thank you very much. The Islanders have fired their coach. Big game against Boston. Can't get a win, but we bounce right back. Oh, okay, we got to beat Washington this time. Okay, 2-2. Beat Florida. Florida is a team we're going to be competing with here. With huge win in regulation. Huge win against, okay, there we go. That's 4 wins in a row. 4 wins, we fall, bounce back against Detroit. Okay, Islanders, we lose in shootout, though. We can lose to Colorado. Okay, so we're 44, 25, and 4. I think we're looking good here. The second spot is at 78 from the Leafs. We're going to go a couple more games. I'm feeling good. I just saw Shesterkin get some more morale. Okay, let's go. Let's keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. I can smell the playoffs for the first time. I can smell them. 7-5 wins, 6-1, 3. What do we got? 4 more games. Let's get a 50-win season. Let's get a 50-win season here. The Toronto Maple Leafs, let's crush them. A divisional rival, crush them. And for 50, can we do it against the Ottawa Senators? And we cannot. 50 wins. Either we have the exact same record as the Florida Panthers, who it looks like we might potentially be playing in the playoffs. So whoever wins this game is going to have home ice advantage in the playoffs, and it's going to be the Montreal Canadiens. Right now, we're going to Florida to try and steal home ice advantage in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Let's see if we can do a first period 1-1, Owen Beck and Forsling. Second period, Florida takes the lead, Anton Lundell. Heading to the third period here, Lundell scores early, and the Montreal Canadiens are down by 2. Power play for Florida. Come on, just get a goal before the 7-minute mark. Just before the 7-minute mark, power play. This is what I asked for. Cannot capitalize, as Spencer Knight is shutting it down right now. Shesterkin has a good game, but Spencer Knight outduels him in this game, and it looks like the Florida Panthers will have home ice advantage in the Stanley Cup playoffs if we end up playing them, as we finish with 102 points. Let's simulate to make it official here, and there it is. The Florida Panthers versus the Montreal Canadiens. The Montreal Canadiens are finally in the Stanley Cup playoffs for the first time in the series. Caulfield, how many points do you have? 98? Oh, 98. There it is. Cole Caulfield, 98 points. Nick Suzuki, 98 points. So career highs for absolutely everyone. 98, 91. Caulfield has just slowly been getting better every single year. And this is one of the first years he's actually a positive player, which is good to see. 11 power play goals. Doesn't get to the 50 mark once again, but has 98 points. Suzuki, 98 points as well. A record year for him as well. 95 last year was really good, but He also doubled his goal total. Slavkovsky, by far his best year, 53 to 86. So Slavkovsky has a great year as well. Dunham, 61 points in his third year in the NHL. An improvement for him as well. Street, I thought, was really good goal scorer in his second year in the league. 59 points, 37 goals. Was an even plus minus as well. Gavin, Beck, just all around, everyone played fantastic. And looking at the goaltenders, Shesterkin, he plays 79 games here, 49, 25, and 4, 910 save percentage, back up to an 88 overall. So Wolf probably a little upset with us here. He's still happy, okay? Team performance, individual performance. Yeah, he did not win a game this year, and his goals against average was 5.4, save percentage 844, but Shesterkin has an unbelievable year. I mean, Shesterkin may even be a nominee for the top goaltender in the Vezina. Looking at the league here, 9-10, he's close to the top. Veljamaka is very close as well, but if we look at save percentage, and we'll go minimum 40 games, Veljama is probably gonna get the nod, but I mean Shesterkin's gonna get looked at here. He's gonna get looked at here. I think they end up giving it to Vejamelka, who is an 84 overall, Vasilevsky 90 overall, Stuart Skinner, Spencer Knight, who outdueled us at the end. He played really well in this season, but this is a great season for us. That's all I'm going to say. We're back in the playoffs. Kucherov ends up leading the way, 112 points. So Jack Hughes slows down tremendously. Piton is there. Sebastian Aho. We are unable to crack that 100-point mark, but I see it in the near future. And taking a look at the rookie skaters, we got Clayton Eddy leading the way. Second line forward now, 86 overall, 36 goals in his rookie campaign. Lars Eklund. But I'm just thrilled. I'm thrilled we are in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Let's go. But that's going to do it for this episode. The last thing we're going to check out is the edit lines to check out the overalls of our squad coming into their first ever postseason. Slavkovsky moves up to an 89. Caulfield moves up to a 93. Gavin moves up to an 87. Street 84. Dunham 86. Watt 83. Farrell still about a 77. Not too happy. Yeah, he just hasn't been good. So what can you do for him? Massar up to his 79. Owen Beck had a really good postseason or regular season. He is up to an 81 overall. Defensively, Nuklin 86. Reinbacher goes up 1. Gerard Chernak. Gooley back up to an 83. He was at an 80. So that's huge as well. Perech up to an 82. But the big story is there it is. Shesterkin from an 82 all the way up to an 88 overall goaltender, as his morale is looking a lot better because of ice time, because of recent performances, and it's just going to keep getting better. His individual performance still very low, but I think he had a great season. But Igor Shesterkin, Caulfield's story of the franchise. Caulfield also, can't forget captain Nick Suzuki. But that's going to do it for this episode. We are headed to the Stanley Cup playoffs versus the Florida Panthers in episode number 8. I'll see you there. I predict a 4-2 series win. Catch you in the next video. Peace.